So, are we live? Welcome to the Out There channel. So we're going to do another live UFO investigation. Just cue some music for now. Just need to check out everything. Everything is working. So I got some new graphics up. I need to type something down the chat now. I won't give the hangouts so you can chat with me. I will be selective. That's my case. Slow down a bit. So tonight I'll be looking at some UFO cases on MUFON, and also we'll look at some of the UFO channels out there videos, and I will show you how you can do your own research to check out what they're saying is valid. Let's see if we can change some graphics. Don't know if we've got anyone about at the moment. Dun, dun. So I've got my second monitor now. That's closer to me so I can see what's going on. So this is the first trial run using the new tech. technology. So let's silence the music. Looks like that's all working okay. So first of all, I want to look at some secureteam 10 stuff that he's put out. And this one here, start with, back in May the 17th. I'll just bring it up on the screen. You won't get any sound. I won't play much of it. Here, he's talking about loud boom sounds and flashes in the sky, and it's not being detected by quake monitors. There you go, flashing in the sky here. That caught on a security cam. Now, he's showing the article he got it from, and he talks about underground tunnels. And let's see, we can probably put on closed captions if it's got it. And you can see what he's talking about. I probably should make it bigger. True booms, explosion. So he's making it a bit of a mystery, a scaremongering, and hasn't managed to pin what's causing these flashes in the sky and loud boom sounds. Hey, Cured, I see you're on.
Hello, Paul. You're right.
Ah, yes. I thought you might not come on because you might be with proof. So I'm just going to go over a couple of secureteam 10 videos and show people how they can debunk his alien or underground secret bases being digging tunnels, making sounds. So I'll show how you can investigate it. Anyway, enough of that one. But if we go down here, find the original source, it gives us a
You
bit
also
more.
have Vern in the chat, by the way.
Oh, okay. Hello, Vern. So he got it from this article here. It's a Natty Boom story. So open that one. Which will be the same web page he was showing in the video. Noise heard, Anderson Township, Mount Washington, unlike anything I've ever seen or felt before. Of course, I got the video that he was playing here. And if you go down, my computer's a wee bit slow because it's doing a fair bit of stuff at the moment. And Let's try and get some information when it happened. Oops, what's going on? Looks like it's taking a while to load. Come on, I want to scroll down. So, if we go down the page here, it tells us what time and day it happened. Here we go down here. On April, was it gone upwards again? Oh, it's still scrolling. Look how slow it is. Might have to close that YouTube, maybe it's slowing us down. So on May the 13th, he posted that video, but on April the 21st is when it actually happened. Multiple callers reported a loud boom. According to communications center records, one told the dispatcher they saw a flash of light and heard voices. That's probably all the people outside, probably. And so we've probably got enough to go on here. So what are the main things that causes flashes in the sky? Well, rockets, meteorites, comets, fireworks, military flares. What else are we looking at? And of course, we got sonic sounds, sonic boom noises can be caused by also comets and meteorites and well, meteors. Apparently, it's called a meteorite when it hits the ground. If it makes landfall, it's called a meteorite, and if it's in the atmosphere and blows up, it's still called a meteor, or what they call it, meteoroid. And they got these scientific names for it. And sounds can be caused by also earthquakes and obviously oil production underground. Coal mines can explode. So there's a lot of things to look at before we call it aliens and UFOs. So first of all, we want to get on Google and do some research on it. So first thing we want to tick off the list, obviously the obvious one would be meteorite or meteor. And we want to type in 21st April, put a capital there, April, meteor. Let's see if we can get any information on any meteorites entering the atmosphere. And look, straight away we've got a hit. Linwood meteor shower. So if you click on that, and in 2018, April the 22nd, is the peak morning. The moon near the first quarter phase is out of the way. Expert 10 to 20 meters per hour at the peak. So there is a good hint where these sounds are coming from. We're getting 20 meters entering the atmosphere, and of course a lot of them will explode or burn up before they hit the ground. And we can find more information there. There was a couple of other searches, and we can find out the range this shower happens. So as you can see, that was only a minute search to check out his story. And as usual, mainstream media didn't even come up with doing this sort of investigation themselves. That's why they're called F News. You can fill in the other letters. I'll probably get banned for saying it. As you know, certain words we get ads removed if we say such things. And time and date. Here's another one here. probably best to find a wiki on it. So let's see if we can find a wiki page. So this is how I research things. When I get a story that I see on a YouTube channel, I go and do my own investigation and see if it could be man-made, natural, or alien. So here we go, we've got a wiki page on it. And here it goes. There's a meteor shower lasting from April the 16th to April the 26th. So that falls smack in the peak of this shower that he's got on here. So it's instantly solved there, of course. He hasn't listed any dates, but on that article, where was it? Here. There's my mouse showing up. April the 21st is smack in the peak time. And of course, they're saying here a lot of reports come in, which again aligns with that particular event. And you probably can find, using that live meteorite map, where they use radio frequency to monitor stuff entering the atmosphere. They bounce off like it's like a radar pretty much, and they can work out when meteorites enter the atmosphere because the signal bounces back, and they can measure how big they are and how fast they're moving. And I'm not sure if I could bring it up here without crashing my system because it's quite resource hungry. But you probably at the time you could have plugged into that site. Let's see if I can find it. You could have checked to see if there's any big meteorites entering the atmosphere, and it probably would have given you a rough idea on the globe where they were entering the atmosphere. Of course, these showers are what's left over from that asteroid belt that we have various comets that pass close to Earth. They call them near orbit objects, and bits of it break off through gravity and all that as it goes close to the moon or inside the moon, and of course it causes a shower towards Earth of different size fragments up to 5 meters, most of them, which will burn up in the atmosphere, although some of them have hit cars. So I think it's called live meteorite or meteor.
Vern's saying that secureteam10 probably thinks that the Earth is flat as well.
Actually, he's been attacked for saying that he didn't believe in flat Earth on his Twitter account. Meteorite, live meteorite monitor or something. Well, I'll just try that. It's been a while since I looked at this because I did a episode on this as they were talking about a UFO was entering the atmosphere, and I started looking into the details on one of the particular episodes and found that it wasn't anything to do with aliens. So live meteorites, no, that's not it. Meteorite scan, live view. So there's quite a few of these sites, live meteors. So if you click on that one, there's a few sites that do it, and it talks about how it works. Oh, and the kind of sounds they get back, and they can work out how big it is. How do we get to the live feed though? I don't think that's live, is it? Oh, it could be live. It's just that my computer can't keep up. Is it? Oh, there you go. And these things here are meant to be little meteorites or meteors entering the atmosphere. Ah, that's loud. I don't know if you can hear that. Probably can't. I'll just mute it. It's like a screaming sound in your ears. Like it's worse than a vacuum cleaner.
You've
So
got in
there's
chat.
one.
Sorry,
Sorry?
Paul. You've got in chat. Darkwolf10 is saying hello to you, and I'm absolutely going to butcher this name, and I apologise beforehand. Alejandro Ailes. Sorry
You
for
got to remember Spanish called J's H's. So like Alejandro, he spells it with a J, but you say it as a H.
Right.
Let's see. There you go. Well, that is Alejandro. I suppose we in English call him Alex. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm still
You
here.
still there?
Yeah.
It's dragging behind there, but so yeah. Any questions there so far? So yeah, this site sometimes has some of the big ones archived, and you can get them on YouTube, and it plays it back on YouTube, shows you when a big meteorite shower happens, and it's just like a load of missiles coming in through the atmosphere, and you get a lot of noise on the chart. So quit out that one.
Darkwolf is asking, is the meteorite thing, is it in real time?
Yep, it is. You can see here, it puts the date and time here. So 14th of the 6th, because it's in American format. And it must be 6 o'clock wherever this transmitter and receiver towers are. Normally they have a transmitter on the other side of the world, or over the other side of the country, sending signals up, and they have the receiver station on the other side. This again proves that the Earth is not flat because it's bouncing. It's using mathematics and calculations, a bit like what Tesla did with his radio frequencies. And he was using this mathematics to work out the curvature of the Earth and whether he could transmit power around the globe. So yeah, where's the YouTube? They've got a YouTube. I know they have. And you can look at previous days and really big. I should have gone backwards. No worries. But if you getting flashes in the sky, that would be the sort of thing you look at to verify. Of course, I'm not too sure how well it'll work on your mobile phones, smartphones, because I haven't tried it. But it should. They probably have got an app, some of these, and it probably works even better on a mobile phone if it's an app, because browser has to use JavaScript and all that sort of stuff. As you can see, it was a bit slow starting. So yeah, so look at the other stuff. I was looking at the other stuff. What makes boom noises? Now, I live in New Zealand. We've had a few big quakes here, and I can tell you it's a fun ride when it happens. But believe it or not, there's earthquakes happening on Earth all the time, and most of them are not felt by humans. Anything under magnitude 2, I think it is, you don't feel. In fact, a truck passing down the street probably produces more of a vibration than the Earth itself would make when it's that small. So what I did is I typed in USGS, which is the organisation that is responsible for monitoring earthquakes, and I put in here what magnitude can be detected. Now I found this one down here, measuring the size of a earthquake. And if you click on that link here, hopefully it's not too slow. And you've got a lot of small writing here. I'll see if I can scale it up. It's easier to read. Seismic waves are the vibrations from earthquakes that travel through the earth. They are recorded on instruments called seismographs. Seismographs record a zigzag trace that shows the varying amplitude of ground oscillations beneath the instrument. Now, if we keep going down here, it can detect strong earthquakes from sources anywhere in the world. Now, apparently, you need at least 3 in a triangle pattern to be able to pinpoint location of earthquake. And of course, if it's under 2, as it says down here, earthquakes with magnitude of about 2 or less are usually called micro earthquakes. I normally call them mini earthquakes, but yeah, micro earthquakes. They are not commonly felt by people and generally recorded only on local seismographs. Seismographs, is that how you say it? And
Seismographs.
yeah, seismographs. And events with magnitudes of about 4.5 or greater, there are several thousand such shocks annually, strong enough to be recorded by sensitive equipment there, and magnitudes of 8 or higher. That was getting closer to New Zealand's one, but Alaska had some, and of course, what is it, South America and Japan got some good ones, but most of those were out to sea and caused flooding. So what that's telling you there, that you can have an earthquake, but you can't feel it. And it could be right underneath your house. You might be on a fault line or near a fault line. And unless you've got these machines locally, as they said, then it may not detect them. So next question is quake magnitude, which I spelt wrong here, but it's corrected it anyway. So we want to know if quake of a size 2 creates a boom sound or some sort of explosion type sound. So down here, earthquake booms. And so we want to click on that one. And what's it say here? Earthquake booms have been reported for a long time, and they tend to occur more in the northeastern US and along the east coast. Of course, most booms that people hear or experience are actually some type of cultural noise, and such as explosion, large vehicle going by, which is what I was saying. Sometimes the sonic boom, which is done by military jets, and of course fireworks as well. No one knows for sure, but scientists speculate that these booms are probably small, shallow earthquakes that are too small to be recorded, but large enough to be felt by some nearby. So that's saying if you're right near it, you can get the boom sound, but it might only go for a neighborhood, or it might even be in your own house. I've had it where it's just been the street that shakes and no one else had noticed the earthquake when you go around and ask people. So it does happen. So there's no need to panic. But what's going on in USA at the moment is it's probably telling you should be getting your torch batteries ready, torches ready, solar chargers, and do like what we do in New Zealand. We've got it in our shed. We've got a plastic container with food that you can eat, like tins of baked beans and corned beef, because when it happens, you lose power and you also lose internet. So yeah, it's quite drastic when it happens. Sometimes they can get the power back up in 4 hours, depending on how bad your area is hit and how many power lines are out, because they still have wires over poles along the street edges, especially out in the country where I am. And you get trees that fall over, and also because Christchurch was actually built reclaimed swampland. So what happens when the shaking happens, the ground turns into this quicksand, and it can literally suck a house down. It's not like what you call it, a sinkhole, but it's like more like quicksand. And there is a good video channel where he fills up a swimming pool with normal sand and pumps blows compressed air through it at the bottom to simulate what a shaking would cause. So it cause pockets of air to go through, and the whole thing turns into like a liquid, and they're standing on top, and then they sink down. Can't remember what the guy's name is now, but I have shared it on my Twitter account. You could probably find it on Google. And so my point was here that you can hear, what does it say here? Sounds that come out of the earth from nearby earthquakes between magnitude 2 and 3, and simultaneously measured the arrival of the P wave on the seismograph. Researchers also reported hearing a sound before the S wave were recorded. This turned out to be the arrival of the P wave. So what they're saying is you can get the sounds, the big boom sounds, even on a small quake, but the quake may not be picked up by the main country's detectors unless you've got a local city one set up. So yeah, it's not really the end of the world. I'll see if I can find that sand video for you. Do a search. Where's the search bar?
Yeah, Vern was asking, could that be Tyler's motorbike? No, Vern, it can't be. Tyler's motorbike is broken since he dropped it.
Well, he has falsified some videos, hasn't he? So
Well, like
I
when he
think
says he's getting attacked by people to do with flat Earth, and because he says, flat Earth isn't real. How can we believe him though? I don't think we can believe a lot of what he says, particularly when the likes of Heathcliff called him out good style with his fake account. Tyler's
but
fake account.
it's amazing what lengths the flat Earth channels go to really twist things and make it believable. And a lot of stuff is that you don't see the curvature of the Earth until you're at a certain altitude in a balloon. And I think it's about 80,000 feet. And you
I
start
didn't think
seeing
it was that. Yeah, I didn't think it was that high. But like when they were doing that friggin' rocket that was going up to 1,800 feet, why did they bother? There's buildings
Mm,
taller than that.
mm. Yeah, well, there was. If you've ever been out on the sea of a ship, you know that you lose sight of land very quickly. And if it was flat, you'd see the mountain range forever, pretty much. Even if you got some binoculars, you should be able to see it still if it was flat. Give or take, a couple of meters maybe.
Yeah, but don't they explain that because your human eyes can only see so far or some crap like that? I won't allow them on my channel. If somebody comes on my channel and starts talking about flat Earth, I boot them. I couldn't be bothered. I would rather talk about Father Christmas. There is more legitimacy in Father Christmas than there is in flat Earth.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find this guy. Well, let's face it, if the Earth was flat, we wouldn't have time zones. So we could all get on here and stream at lunchtime and all be happy. But I'm streaming at night time, and these guys in UK or up late in USA can see what I'm doing, sort of thing. But if it was flat Earth, it'd be really nice and easy. Swimming pool, liquid slide. Oh, that's what I want. See if I can find them. Here we go. Found him straight away. This guy here. What's his name? Probably some people. Mark Robber. I wonder if that guy's copied it. It looks very similar. So this is a guy here, I think. because it's got a timeline on, so I must have watched it sometime. Because you won't hear what he's saying, but he's got a swimming pool here filled with normal beach sand, and he pumps compressed air, and look how bubbly it goes. And he sinks down inside it, and they turn it off and he can't get out because the weight of the sand. See, it turns into liquid. That's what happens when an earthquake happens in Christchurch. People were stepping outside their houses and literally fallen into 5-meter pits that weren't there before, you know, and they were scared they were going to get swallowed up by the earth. So go and check it. I'll post that link there into the comments for you. Go and check him out. He's got a load of good videos. He's a science man. I'll just go to his other videos and show you a list where he debunks stuff with science. So I better paste the link. Bear with me, I'm switching screens. Oh, what's happened? There it is. I lost my way on the screen here. So did that link come up? Probably takes some 30 seconds or more.
Yeah, it's up.
Yep. Who else we got on the side here? Govern Truth Society. Has he renamed himself or something?
No, no, that's his account.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that. He's up the top there as Vern, and then in... Man, that's someone else, isn't it?
No, that's Vern.
Go... Is it? He's got multiple counts, has he?
He has 2
Oh.
Hangout accounts.
Oh, I've just gone and pressed the wrong button now. He reckons, what, 2,000 miles above, you'd see the full circle of Earth? Yeah, I think you have to be up quite high. But you can, no, school kids have done it. They've put a mobile phone, smartphone, on camera mode and sent it up. Probably a disposable one, probably. And it roughly comes down in the same area when it pops. It comes down, give or take a few miles where you launched it. They've done a few experiments on TV like that. What was the series? That guy from that car show, what's it called now? The UK one? Top Gear, is it?
Yep. Do you mean Jeremy Clarkson?
Yeah. Wasn't him, but the other guy, the scruffy with the scruffy hair, which I don't think he's on the show anymore. He went to did a series called Supersize Toys or Man Toys or something, and he upscales Lego and Meccano and train sets and tries to break the world record with stuff, and also the biggest model Spitfire and stuff like that. But he did one with a balloon to get the edge of space and film it. Toy Stories it was called by, what's his name? Not Jeremy. If you said his name, I'd know straight away. This was the problem of getting older, you see. Your brains doesn't keep the names in your head very well. So I was going to look at another secureteam10 one. See, people really got to do the research, just like what I just showed you here. It's not too hard to type a few things in Google and do some reading. You have to do a lot of reading. Might take a couple of hours. But let me see if I can find the next one to look at.
Would it be Richard Hammond or James May like you're talking about?
James, that's the guy. James May, Toy Stories, I think it's called. Great series. I think they did 3 or 4 seasons, or series as they call them in the UK. Well worth checking out and having a watch. You'll love it. He builds this big Lego house to live in. Have you not seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you're missing out, because you'll love it. Because you remember all those old toys that we grew up with. the Meccano, and he builds. What's he build with that? I can't remember now. Like he builds like a man version of it rather than kid-size stuff. And on the toy train, he hops on it and he gets that other guy, the older guy that he always hassles to join him on the train. And they try and drive it non-stop across the country by setting up this toy track. But anyway, it's pretty good. Okay, I found the other video. Actually, so where's my cursor gone? Here it is, back here. I'll see if I can Google him while that's loading. For some reason, YouTube is very slow when I'm streaming, as well as trying to watch it at the same time. I think I need 2 laptops. So this one here, they recently put out a few days ago. Proof of time travel. Now, is that a clickbait title or what? So he blabs on here about a fossilized shoe. And we'll come back to that in a minute. The subtitles on. Yep. If you type James May Toy Stories in Google here, you might be able to get some images from the show. It's going slow. Toy Story. Or Toy Stories, I'm not too sure. Come on. Toy Stories. See, they got a wiki on it. And they got some clips from the show. They build a motorcycle too, don't they? From Meccano. Using Meccano. Looks like they've got a few episodes up on Daily Motion there, which is probably breaking copyright. And so go and check him out. You'll love it. Yeah, talking about model planes here. Yeah, he does quite a few. And he also does the balloon one. I can't remember what that one was called now. There you go. It talks about here. The original plan was to launch the glider from a balloon from a height of 8,000 feet. Yeah, there's a few episodes up, so you could probably go and watch them. Another show he does is Man Lab. That was quite good. Quite funny. So yeah, go back to secureteam10. So actually 2 reports. One was of March of 1922. There's people still on there. I think Cuvid's gone, has he?
No, I'm still here. Sorry, I didn't realise you were talking to me, Paul.
I don't see your icon up on the screen, that's all. Okay, so here he is blabbing about the stitching in the sole here. Might actually look at that in a video if I can find the original photograph myself. But he's saying that's a shoe print that's been fossilized. That means man was had technology way back in the past and got wiped out by a meteorite or some other disaster. So, want to check that out. We want to use Google again. What's it doing? So, we want, what is it, fossil. We might have to try a few keywords to pin it. Fossil shoe. And whenever you want to check out something as a hoax or fake, you could try fake or hoax, or you could try debunked, probably be a better one. Try those words.
Then saying it's pottery and that Tyler made it a camp.
Well, there was one that he did way many years ago. It was a mobile phone, wasn't it? That they found buried. Remember that one?
No.
So here we go. Really? So straight away, these look like debunks. And they never showed print. So let's check the top one, I suppose. Have a look. Oh, bingo! And we got small font, so I'll see if I can scale it up. And a number of strict creationists and ancient anomaly enthusiasts have claimed that the shoe print was found in Triassic rock near Fisher Canyon. I think Tyler talked about Fisher Canyon. It's probably got a link, maybe, to the article. It always goes slow. Let's see if he's got any links. It's not looking promising. Nope, it's just got advertising. Bye. Pay me. So if we scroll down here and see what he's saying. Bingo, look. He's showing it's a rock formation. And some examples down the side here. So that's the first one, debunking it. Conclusion. Nevada shoe print claims not well supported by the available evidence. The footprint advocates have presumed that the missing portion of the object was very shoe-like in shape, whereas any number of other shapes are possible. They have not demonstrated that the supposed print was ever part of a striding sequence or that it contains the detailed stitching features they assert. I wonder if we can get an image. That one looks too small. Have to go back. Maybe we have to look at Google Images. So let's have a look at this next one while we're here. Now, if he was claiming this was time travel and footprints, why didn't he show the counter evidence for it like I'm doing now? Honest person would do that, wouldn't they? So here there's another site, and I'm not sure what they're saying. That one looks like a footprint. It won't scroll down for me. So there's a story going around. Oh, now it's catching up. No, it's rolled off. Silly program. There's a story going around that up in the Robledo Mountains of southern New Mexico exists a mind-bending fossilized impression. Well, actually, that one looks a bit more interesting than a shoe print, but how do we know that's not a fake? You know, I suppose you're going to have to read all this here. Normally, I just look for the conclusion if you want to skim it. But I didn't see anything about the shoe on that one. So that wasn't really particularly useful. We want to focus on the shoe. Fisher Canyon, bad. Archaeology. Let's have a look at that one. This site's normally quite good. Science site. Are you guys still there?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think it's lagging a bit. And what's going on? No one to spy on us? I don't know. I'll just minimize that. Okay. There are 3 different versions of the story. So straight away it's looking a bit fishy. And here we go. This guy's got another one that looks like it's got a stitching in it around the outside. And it's just the same type of rock formation that happens by the looks of it. So, one story. Before 1917, an engineer and amateur geologist, John Reed, is said to have found a fossil. And the next one is on January 25th, 1927. I think that's just the time that Tyler was using. Made the discovery. And then next one in 1927, Alfred Knapp made the same discovery. I'm not sure. Analysis. Microscopic photography carried out later in the Rockefeller Institute. Supposedly confirmed that it was indeed a hill. And that the fossils seem to show the presence of 2 rows of, how do you say that word, cruel, 8.5 millimeters apart, with the twists in thread clearly visible. Even supporters of the fossil admit that most geologists who have examined the rock have concluded that it's a natural formation, even though it closely resembles a shoe print. So obviously there's going to be a lot of debate over this one. So what does he come out with? Is he agreeing with it? A solution to the jewel can be found, blah, blah, blah. So what's the conclusion? He hasn't got a conclusion. Microphones were made which showed very clearly that it bore a minute resemblance to a well-made piece of leather. So that one's not actually debunking though, is it? Where's the debunk stuff? But how can they say it's a shoe print when that one looks almost identical? Looks like it's got the double line. Makes you wonder how it's created though. Oh, hang on, is it saying that is the shoe print? Actually, it doesn't look like the same rock. Have they turned it around?
I think
That
they
was
have. It
different.
looks like the same rock to me.
They've rotated it. Maybe they did that for copyright. Yeah, he's got it going that way. So let's see if we can have a look at it ourselves. So the first one here totally shows examples that it could be just natural rock. So yeah, it's going to have a lot of other fossils here. It looks like a hat, that one. There's that foot one again. There's that screw that they found in, what is it, Eastern Bloc country? Was it Russia or somewhere?
I'm not sure where they
So,
found it, to be honest.
so can we actually save that? It's not it. We want to save image. Save image. So let's save that one. So how many people we got watching at the moment?
5.
Ah, the usual 5. Okay. Probably going to have to slide that window across. It's on the wrong screen. Okay. So there's our image. Let's see if we can actually see this thread better. Yeah, it's taking a wee while. Catching up. Come on. Something's slowing it down. Might be something on that web page. Probably YouTube. So let's have a close look at the stitching here. If I can get my mouse cursor to show up. There it comes. So we can paste it into a new image. And then scale it up. 1280. And here we go. Does that look like stitching? It could be. You can see the pixels where it's sort of been copied from. Looks like a magazine. They use those coloured dot pattern.
Yep.
In newspapers or books, which means we haven't got original photograph to work with, unfortunately. So we can do our color curves on it and see if we can bring out some details. Make it lighter.
I mean, to be fair, when you look at that, it does look like stitching.
Yeah. But it looks like a big shoe though, doesn't it? Did they say what size it was? Yeah, I don't think we could do much with that image. The thing is, what would cause that though? If it's not a like a footprint that's in sand that's then turned into rock, sedimentary rock. I should have got a drink. Yeah, and so yeah, it's a bit hard to tell from that. You'd probably have to go back to the other image and have a look at another chunk. See, it looks like an odd shaped shoe, wouldn't you say though? The curvature's not right, is it? See that? See what I mean?
Yeah.
Which puts it into the suspect category for me. Even if it was like in mud that sort of stretched, wouldn't the stitching stretch as well? You know what I mean? If it's going to deform, it should actually stretch the stitches further apart. If it was a footprint. So paste it into a new image. And if we can zoom that one up. $12.80. Okay. Still not big enough, you see. But I can't see any stitching here now. Let's zoom in. Do it that way. So where's the stitching gone, you see? It's still got that line, but the stitching should have been around here. So it does look like rock, you know. I don't know, pulling that strings or shoelaces. See there, it kind of looks like it could have been. So yeah, I don't think it's a shoe print because you know the stitching should have gone around here and still been visible on this part here. Let's have a look at the other bit up here. That is an interesting thing, of course. And this is why we have science and we question things. But I think there were some other examples here of rocks with similar. Once you got a rock that's similar with pattern, it sort of blows it away. Now that was further around there. And now we've got, what, 3 lines. See, we're not seeing the stitch in here. Of course, we haven't got the proper image to work with. So yeah, I'm not buying it. Let's have a look. That looks like another one, is it? Or is it the same one? Or is it stretched? Hang on. That one looks like it's stretched. Oh, here we go. What's this one? No, they all look different. I have to read all the articles. See, that looks different. No, I don't think they're all the same, are they? That's definitely different, isn't it? Different image.
I don't know. I don't know whether it's just it's being rotated. To me, it looks like it's being
See?
rotated.
Yeah, but the hill's bigger. See that? Looks a lot bigger.
That could just be the
But
image is being stretched slightly. I mean, if you look where it's broken off, it's the same
it's got a
kind of
crack
pointy
here,
bit,
so
you know.
yeah, we've got a crack here, so we should be able to see a crack. Yeah, it looks like it could be the same. Yep, there's the crack. You're right. It's amazing how they can muck around with the image so much. So, are there any other examples? I suppose you could replicate it, couldn't you? You could get some leather sandals, stick it in mud, and see if it will leave a fine shoe print. What do you call it? Stitching pattern. Well, obviously that's a fossilized dino print. But you can see how much that dinosaur print there has warped. And of course we can't see much detail on that bit either, can we? You know, it's very vague, that dino print. You know, we can't see skin pattern or, you know, and yet they think the shoe has left a stitching pattern. So let's have a look at some of these other sites. Well, that's beings. 200 million years, I reckon. And that's one we looked at earlier. Let's have a look. That's another way you can find sites that talk about the same photograph, is simply use that image thing and visit the site, which comes in handy because it'll match similar images and you can look for more there, and it'll bring up only those ones with that particular image. It looks like someone's done a YouTube on it. Has that one got a size on it? I thought that was a measuring tape. Oh, here we go. That one's got a measuring tape. Buff Top Secret. So what's that one on about? I think that was in Tyler's video as well. And of course, these guys have a mixture of skeptics as well as believers. This one's taking forever to load. It's probably a long page. Oh. A lot of reading there. Often these guys suss it out. Sometimes I look at this website, see what the experts have to say, because there's a lot of scientists that come here onto this particular channel. ATS, above top secret. So they're talking about a shoe print here that they're claiming is a shoe print. And there's another one. So obviously there are several rocks out there that look like shoe prints. And then they're looking at an organism fossilized in the actual print to work out the age of it. Of course, humans back 200 million years ago could have been alive, couldn't they? And they could have made leather shoes to walk around on. You know, it makes sense. Doesn't mean they have the high technology. Just means that they put some protection on their feet. So there is a slight thing there that it could be real. Obviously, this has got a lot of information here. It'd probably take a day just to go through it all. That's why when you do research to try and debunk stuff or confirm stuff, it can take you a week to do it. So too much reading there for me. So what's this one here say? Time for history to be rewritten. Footprints suggest humans lived on Earth earlier than thought. So that's what I was saying. Doesn't mean they're high tech, just means that they had some basic tools, you know, and putting shoes on feet makes sense. I don't know if you ever watched those survival shows. They've done some of those things with the shoes. What's that guy's name? Matt, is it? From Dual Survivor. That guy that walks around with bare feet. I don't know if you ever watched the show, but he made some shoes out of flax bushes or something like that, and made little shoes to cover his feet because they're walking over this sharp rock, volcanic rock stuff, and it was cutting up his feet. And the other guy was an army guy. He had all the proper gear on, like leather boots and tramping boots and thick heel rubber, and he was walking over it fine. He was complaining at the what you call it, the bush hippie guy. Let's see if I can find a picture of him. Was slowing him down because he didn't have shoes on. It's quite a funny show. I don't know if you ever watched it. Real survival.
Yeah, I've seen Primal Survival.
Yeah,
Survivor.
sometimes they call it something else. So UK has a habit of renaming TV shows, so it's actually the same show as another show that's got the same name. Primal Survival was actually called something else in USA. I can't think of what the name was now.
Yeah, Vern's saying that these things he thinks are too easy to fake as well. He thinks most of them are rubbish.
Yeah, that's true. You could probably fake it, but you'd have to prove that it was carved into a piece of 200 million rock, of course. Oh, this is a guy, the bush hippie guy with the ponytail, and this is the army guy here with the moe. He was the one complaining about him not having shoes. I'm not sure what episode it was, but it was quite a good one. And they're walking over a volcanic glass rock, as they call it, which is razor sharp. It's a good show if you want a bit of a laugh. But yeah, there are some other things to do with fossilized. You had the dinosaur. What is it? Drawings, bones with drawings on in South America, and of course, anything that comes out of South America is highly suspect.
Yeah, Vane's saying the Primal Survivor is the National Geographic show, and there's also Survivor Man.
No, that's a Canadian Survivor Man. No, Primal Survival actually has two names. What happens is UK gets hold of Discovery Channel's show, and they change the order of the episodes, and they change the titles as well. And sometimes they change the title of it as well. I don't know if it's due to copyright or some other sort of broadcasting stuff. Yeah, I was trying to find carbons, maybe. Trying to find those. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Oh, here we go. They were digging and they found a dinosaur bone that actually had carbons on it. I think you can find the program on UFO TV channel. Might have a look there in a minute and see if we can post it. What was it, UFO TV? What do they call it? They call it an alternative, not history. Archaeology. I'm not sure how you spell it now. Something like that, isn't it? Yeah. Secret base on Mars. And that's not the one.
Yeah, Vane said the Survivor Man, it is a Canadian show, and that tends to be on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, he's the one that reckons he was stalked by a Bigfoot. He was setting up camp and he heard these loud roaring type sounds in the forest, but he couldn't film it because it was nighttime. But he got the sounds on tape. It's on his new show that he made just on Bigfoot hunting. He wanted to find out whether Bigfoot was real after experiencing that. Can't seem to find the video.
Paul,
You gonna go?
I'll be back in about 15 minutes, mate.
Hey, mate. I'll probably be looking at some MUFON stuff.
Okay.
What's the time now? Yeah, I'll be on another hour probably anyway.
Okie doke. Well, I'll pop back shortly.
Okay. See you, mate. Who we got on at the moment? Just Vern. Let's have a look. I've got so many things going here. Who we got down the side? Anyone new popped on? No. Just having a look. Hey, Dark Wolf was on. Is he still about? Didn't see you, mate. Welcome to the live stream anyway. I normally do these live investigations so people can follow along and put their own input in to see whether they believe it could be real or not. So we're trying to find that video where they dug up a load of dinosaur bones. Why is it not scrolling up? Probably have to go through all the videos, probably. Need the YouTube channel. I've clicked off it too far. There's someone talking about them being a hoax down here. There's probably a few videos on these artifacts. But UFO TV had a good video on it. I think I saw it then. Forbidden something, it said. Let's see if I can get it up again. There's the one. Forbidden archaeology. That one there of early man. Let's see if we can find the carving. It could be real, yes, but most people dismiss it. Can we skim? Probably won't be able to find it. It's quite a long video, isn't it? On the fun place where they're digging it up. No, that's not it. I'm pretty sure this was the one. This looks like it's a variation, is it? Secret Discoveries. Could be another one with a similar title. No, I don't think that is the right one. It's funny how you can never find the one you want. Oh, they got part 2 here. Could be in that one. Normally I pre-watch stuff so I know exactly where it is on a video so I can talk about it. This was just an afterthought. Oh, here we are, we're talking about footprints. Of course, a lot of people said that a lot of those were actually made earlier than what they're claiming. Yeah, it's a bit slow. These are old videos, but when they get too old, they release them for free to watch with ads, but I've got ad blocker on now because it was making it too slow. No, I can't find it now. It's a bit of a shame. So, is there any other good ones to look at? I think we'll just go on to. Yeah, let's have a look at that one. Did I look at that one? Oh yeah, that's above top secret one. I think we'll just go on to MUFON cases now anyway. So we debunked one of the secureteam 10 and the other one is 50-50 about it. I think he's just put out another one not long ago, 2 hours ago. Let's see. You probably can't scroll across. You won't believe what this is. Well, I'll have to look at that one later, I think. So, yeah, we get on to the MUFON stuff now. I'll just try and close these down because they're slowing it down. Yeah, it's very slow. So we want to open up UFO Stalker, which is basically a searchable public database of all the MUFON cases that someone has set up that MUFON promotes on their site. But they've got their own database, of course. But it's quite nice because he gives a visual map and looks like it's gone to other countries. But that's alright. It's probably getting my trying to get my location from my IP address, which is wrong. But there was one I was looking at here called 92626. Because we have been in past live streams we looked at videos, but not actual photographs. And also we looked at one that had no video or photograph last episode. 6.2. So let's bring that one up. I think I've got it wrong, have I? Got something wrong. 626. But extra 2 on the end, so it hasn't found it. Here we go, and we got a photo. So this one here is took a picture of cherry trees and later looked at the picture and saw a cigar-shaped object in it. And unlike the video, this site now used to bring up a camera icon. Now it brings up the actual embedded image. Normally you could right click and save image, and we don't get that now. So you have to click it, and there's the object up here that they're talking about. And we can't see much on that. So we have to bring it into an editor to have a look at it. So you'd right click and then save image. Now I've already done that, so I won't do it again. So this is in Oregon, and we had the map there before. What's it? You used to have the map down the side. Where's that gone? He doesn't have. He used to have the side map, didn't he? Looks like he's modified the site since we last been here. And you actually have to bring it up as a separate image. What's that one there? No. Normally brings up the Google map. Why has he changed it? It was nice before. Now he's made it a bit horrible. Anyway, let's have a look at the image. So bring it into paint.net, the program I was talking about in earlier streams. And we want to look at that cylinder object up here. Is Q-Rid back with us yet? 15 minutes is a long time. So we'll paste that into a new image. That's not playing ball. Here we go. So we'll scale it up, have a better look at it. I normally go for 1280, and it roughly scales it to 720p. And here's the object. Now, they're saying it's a cylinder or cigar UFO, but as we know, he's filming it through a car window, so it could be a bit of dirt on the windscreen. It could be a bug, and it could be a seed pod or a piece of leaf from a tree, or it could even be blossom from these trees that are all around, and he's just caught it in a snap on the camera. And we got no, obviously we got no stereo image, so we don't know how big it is or how far away it is, so we can only do some photo analysis on it. So at the moment, let's do some adjustments on it. Most of these ones always turn out to be bugs. You normally can find legs or something that gives it away. And want to reset it. Is it changing it? It's not changing it for some reason. Oh, yes, now it is. It's just a bit slow. So here we go. We can play around with the colors. I normally go for darken. That's starting to look interesting. So let's have a look at that closer again. Now wait for the computer to catch up with us. So let's go around that even more and scale it up. And we'll paste it on a new layer. And we can do it on the same image. Grab that handle. Mind you, it probably won't fit. You notice what I'm seeing here when they were scaling it up? It's got furry bits all going around the outside of it. How many UFOs have fur on? To me, that looks like it could be a seed pod or a caterpillar. What do you think on that one? Anyone on chat? No. I can post, what I'll do is I'll post the link to open it up to anyone that wants to hop on. Why is it not giving it to me? Hey, Qvid, are you there? Alright. Qvid normally posts it for us. So anyone that wants to join the chat can now connect. You can get the link in the side chat there. Just click on it and you can connect. So we're looking at this and we're thinking it's a bug that's landed on the window. Now, I'm not sure if we can improve on that. We can try different colors. Try and bring it out more. We'll probably have to apply. Oh. Get rid of that box around the outside. Oh no. We'll leave it like that. We'll go back. It was working. It was just stuffing up because it's slow. So let's try flip hue and RGB. It's going really slow for some reason. Oh, that one's not much use. Certainly got, if you look at that, it's got little bits sticking out the side. But I don't think we're going to get many ideas from this particular case. Just from one photograph, of course. Yeah, it's going so slow. Did I leave something open? No. Something slow on my computer for some reason. So it definitely looks like it's something with a fairy edge anyway. And if you have a look at caterpillars, whereabouts was the location? Oregon. So you could probably do some search on Google, see if they've got black caterpillars or fairy caterpillars. What do we call it? Fairy.
I'm back, by the way.
All right. We're looking at a MUFON case. What was that? 92. I've forgotten already. 92626. And they took some photographs out of a car window, as you can see, and it's got a little blob on the screen. And as you know, I was running through the list. What could it be? UFO, a bit of dirt on the window screen, a bug, a seed pod, flower, because I only got one photograph here. And I was just going to do a search on caterpillar, if I can spell it. Caterpillar.
What did you say the case number was? Sorry, Paul.
92626.
Okay.
You can just search it in UFO Stalker.
Yeah, I'm on that.
Be the top one. Also, I've pasted the Hangouts link in the chat so anyone else can join in if they want to. And here you go. We've got some images of Oregon, which is where that was snapshot, and these ones look just like it. Of course, it doesn't give us any indication how big they are.
Well, and they're saying that's a UFO.
Yeah, a cigar UFO.
Are they on medication? Or have they forgotten to take the medication?
I don't know, you
Why
got
the
some
hell?
people in the...
Why the hell is it so glary?
Who you got in the background laughing?
Oh, that's my son. He's not laughing at what we're saying. He's laughing at whatever he's talking to with his mates.
Oh, all right. Oh, here we go. It looks like this one here. Because these are the caterpillars you get in that location, hopefully, if it's searched properly. Oregon. Does it say Oregon there anywhere? That one looks just like the image though. See that? Very outside. Like I said, we can't get any more details on this, I don't think. And you see, it's got the fairy outside. It looks like a caterpillar. I thought it might be a fly. I can hear a slight echo. Someone's got an echo on there. Is that you?
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, I can hear a slight echo. Strange.
Right,
So
you
we get
sound
some.
as though you're in a large room at the moment.
Really?
Hmm.
Something's not right there, if that's the case. I don't think I've got anything special on. Let's have a look. No effects. Set on opera, so it's more less bassy, but I haven't got echo on. Noise suppression. Nothing different here from what I can see. It could be that it's picking up the other mic on the laptop, even though I haven't got it ticked, because it was mucking up something before I was playing around. Hang on, let me just have a quick look here. I can't see it listed. Yeah, it shouldn't be picking up the other mic. It's a bit strange. It might be yours. You sure you haven't got the video the live YouTube one muted?
Nope, it's muted. 100% certain.
Oh, it beats me then. It's not very loud, but you're coming across clear as day to me. So there you go. Look at that one. Oh, I've just gone and changed it. It was a good one before. Here's another one. Look, you can see the outline of it. It's got bits sticking outside. It could be a seed pod. It could be a caterpillar. Definitely looks furry anyway. But it does look like those images that we brought up here. Look, it just looks like it. Is that in Oregon? Let's have a look. Because we got no size how big it is. If it's on the window screen, walking across the top of the car, there's only going to be a really small caterpillar. If you look at the original image, where is it? Here. It's not very big at all, you see. It's going to be a very small baby caterpillar, it is. But it's more likely to be a seed pod. But definitely not alien UFO, anyway, because I don't think UFOs come with furry bits around the outside of it. This thing's playing up.
See, if it was that distance, I would think it would be clear as well, because the objects in the background, the structure, the trees, the posts, everything is clear.
Yeah, that's right. It's probably fallen past the screen here from a tree, going that direction. I don't know if you can see it with the mouse going downwards, and they probably snapped it as it was falling past the window screen. So whether you get sea pods that look a bit furry, I don't know. You'd have to Google it.
At least they're not saying that they saw this thing in the sky, because to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't believe them looking at that photograph.
No.
It is just something that they've spotted afterwards, and stuff like that does happen.
So it's called a hairy caterpillar, that one. But I did put Oregon in the title here. So if I change it to hairy, it should narrow it down, and it's brought up that one again. And these other ones, whether they're the same, I don't know, but different colours. Now, if it was that one, we would know straight away because it's got these strange horns on it. See, they all look very similar, but these ones have got more of the shape, if you know what I mean. It's got the cigar shape. Well, these ones are more what I would call like a tubular, bent tubular shape. Well, let's see. Can we get a Oregon hairy seed pod? There we go. We got someone spamming us now, have we? Awesome dating site. What's that doing in our chat?
That's the person's name.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's got a on my screen here. It's got a circle, red circle. What's that say? Have you got that on yours? No entry.
Yeah, I think that's maybe just an emoji.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And what they say in there anyway? Japanese? Something Japanese? Anyway, C-pod. Oh, here we go. We got some C-pods. That one, first one looks hairy. But it looks like it's sort of banana shape. It hasn't got that same sort of shape that we're looking for. I still think it's going to be a caterpillar. Could be something like that one there. It's got similar shape, but that one looks more hairy if you to the picture. I still think it's a caterpillar. And if it was one of these, you might see the stalk on the end, so it's probably not going to be one of those. What else we got? Beetles. So there's not many fairy seed pods. It could be a flower, of course. A flower head. Let's go back to it. But then again, you'd expect to see something else that gives it away. See, the hairs go in all different directions on this. Let's see if we can lighten it again. Chose the wrong one. That one takes forever to come up. Although sometimes you can run it through sharpener and bring out more details as well. But I can see the guy from MUFON's not going to spend too much time on it. Yeah, so natural, you know. Let's try brightness and contrast. See what that does. Is it doing anything? Oh yeah. See, it's not as good as that curvy thing, is it? But there you go, that's sort of good. And if we let's zoom it in even more. Let's see, probably could just do it with the zoom in feature. If it will come up, there we go. Keep zooming in. Zoom to selection, I haven't tried that. No, you got to draw a box around it, it looks like. Zoom to selection. Oh yeah, that works. So you can see it's like got hairs here, hasn't it? It's curving around. Definitely not a UFO anyway. Zoom. And maybe you can sharpen it. You can almost see pixel level now. Yeah, you're getting down to pixels. Look, you can see the pixels when you zoom in on the screen. So you could go to effects. Because I've got so many, it takes forever to load up. My computer's not fast enough. Even i7. And we want to photograph. Then we want to find sharpener. Over here. Do sharpener plus. And see if that can bring out any details for us. So radius. Look, showing up the pixels now. See that? We're amplifying with the radius of the pixels. We're increasing it. So it looks like it could be lots of little feet or lots of little hairs. So yeah, I think there's much we can do with that one. C-pod or caterpillar. We'll close down some of these other images here. Might be slowing it down. Oop. So let's go and have a look at for another case, random one. You can look at little corners up here to close these images down. Don't save. Don't save. It's kind of fun going through all the MUFON cases and seeing what you can figure out. But you can see there, if you don't use a graphic editor like I'm using here, you just don't get the clues like I just did, that it's furry and it's got, and they're curving around, you know, we're zoomed in really far into the image. Okay, so let's find another case to play around with. Now, I'm going to go back to the map. Notice I've changed the site since we last been here. Unless it's something to do with ad blocker, unless they removed it, but we have to disable it and see. So we got Europe here, we haven't had a look at UK ones, so we might do some UK ones. What we got here? Any photographs? They're going to pop up for us. No photograph, bugger. Oh, we got a photograph one here. Let's have a look at that one. Dublin. Well, it's not in Liverpool, but and what have we got here? We got a video of something and a drawing. By the looks of it. What's he trying to draw? Is that his UFO? 3 round circles. So I might have to download the video to have a look. What's it say? I see a UFO of which an orb came out of later. Came out of later. I don't think that's English. Orb came out of later. Does he mean latter? Later. I spotted nice other orbs. And down here it's got a big long description. On Saturday, crystal clear sky. I can read it. Very high in the sky. I hate ones that are high in the sky. Pulsating. It seemed to have 3 lights at the bottom of it. I observed object carefully through binoculars at this stage. My partner and daughter also witnessed. And my daughter took a video. Object. Orb came out off the side of it. Oop. I've lost my place now. Orb came out the side of it, darted up and down a few times before disappearing. Sounds like an interesting video if it's on video. So let's have a look. We need to save it. Save link as. Come on. And looks like MP4. So we don't have to convert it from Apple or anything. Is it finished already?
It's just a white dot. It's really, really hard to tell what that is.
Well, you downloaded it on your screen there, have you?
I just clicked on it and it just starts playing.
Oh, right, yeah, you can do it that way. But if you want to look at it in VLC and zoom in, like I showed you, it's on the wrong screen. I'll drag it across. Oh, yeah, it's a white dot in it, which straight away could be a balloon. And the other, you can't hear it, can you? I'll just mute that. So we need to put our zoom feature on to be able to have a look at that. Looks like it's not going to play ball for us, is it? Oh yeah, she's zooming in there. So we want to start at 6 seconds in. And video fix, geometry, interactive zoom. Look, let's put it on the wrong side. So it's not going to work, is it? That's strange. It's doing something crazy. Oh, it is working, but it's doing it in portrait. This looks like a white dot, like you said. Okay, we need to zoom in. I'll close that down. Yeah, I'm not going to see much, are we? We've seen one of those before. The last one we did was like a white dot too, wasn't it? I wonder if this one can go frame by frame with the E key. Let's give it a try. Frame? Oh yeah, it's working. But we've lost it. There it goes. Oh look, it's changing shape. Oh look, forming. Probably should stabilize it and then we wouldn't have to move around so much. And then we could take out the human movement. Because he's got a lamppost there. So the stabilizer, the de-shaker, should be able to use the lamppost as a reference. But I don't see any objects coming out of it on that. So what do you think? Balloon? UFO?
Could be anything.
Looks like it's not going to skip a frame. Looks like it's finally stuffed up. Hit the play button. Oh, disappeared. Oh, look. Shaking all over the place. Looks like it's a pop balloon going crazy. Doesn't it? Oh. I'm not sure if you've seen it like I am here. I think we need to de-shake it. So, oh, it's back again. I haven't seen anything pop out of it though. Oh, didn't see. Went through the whole video and nothing popped out. So we'd have to run it through that software. With the command line. And I have to find it in the text file here, save me typing it because it's quite a long line. So we need to rename it or make a copy of it. And call it, was it input, was it? I normally just change it to 1 normally. Now we can de-shake it, see if it comes out better. Oh, what have I done? Have I re-typed it wrong or something? Input. File, no such file. What have I done wrong? Input. Output. Can't see how I've typed anything wrong. Input. It's got a dot. Input. That should work. Ah, not in the right folder. That's put me into users pool. Duh. So we have to go to J drive. That's not the right key. Where's my key gone? Yeah. I'll go to downloads. What time were you going to do a string with UFO proof?
Well, he doesn't seem to have shown up at the moment.
He does that though, doesn't he? He has trouble with his internet.
Yeah, he's having major problems at the moment.
So let's do it now and see how it comes out. I forgot to check see how many minutes it was.
It was about 45 seconds.
So it won't take very long. So 45 times 30 frames a second works out how many frames. We're up to 600 now.
1,350.
That sounds about right. So we're getting there.
I think it was actually 46, but it was something like that.
It's getting near the end then. And we got a timestamp over here as well, 36 at the moment.
Yeah, it's
50.
46 seconds long.
Yep. It's up to 1300 frames. So there you go. So it did a total of 1400 frames. That's quite a lot. So now we should be able to play that. And it should be stabilized or less shaky. You can see it's trying to stabilize on there, taking out the human shake as much as it can. It's not perfect, obviously, but we can see that the balloon there isn't whizzing around, or the UFO is not whizzing around crazy like it was when we were zoomed in. So that might have been just hand movement that we saw before. So now if we go back to 6 seconds.
Yeah, when the people are actually talking about it, the people who are watching it,
That's where
they're actually saying that it's stationary.
Yeah, it looks like it is, but it's probably just we don't know what the air. We'd have to go on Google, put the date in, and look at the wind direction and how fast it was moving that day in that particular area. So that's the sort of research you have to do. So we need to type in that zoom feature. So there it is down there. I want to zoom into it. Oh, I lost it. It was here somewhere. So can we step frames on this one? Saying next frame. Oh, there you go. maybe zoomed in too much. Oh, I've got rid of the thing. How do I get that back? Looks like there's a click point where you can hide it. That's no good. We got it back. Well, let's play it. It's not too zoomed in. But to me, it looked like it was changing shape. Like it was going circle, like a compressed circle. So let's see if we can step frames again. It's not working. Oh, here we go. It's just very slow. Now, could that be someone's got a balloon on a bit of fishing line? Only does so many frames and then it sort of stuffs up. That's a bit of a shame. This VLC's got a few bugs in it, unfortunately. Now, she's zooming out there. No? Seem to change. Oh, yeah, she is, isn't she? She's zooming in and out. Which makes it a bit more complicated for us because, yeah, she's zooming in and out all the time. Should never do that. Should always just zoom in and try and keep it until it disappears. Well, I don't see objects coming out of it. But you can see that's a lot more stabilized now and it stays on the screen a bit better. But if it had objects coming out of it, it could be like a, you know how they put balloons inside balloons and the outer one pops and then it releases 3 more inside? That can happen. It's hard to know this one because there's not enough video to go on. And it doesn't match his story. So it's an interesting video. We'd probably have to put it in an editor, see if we can do some enhancements on it like we did in previous ones. But I won't bother. And also, I forgot to show you on metadata, there's a couple of free programs that I use. One is like a bit like this one here. It's like a command line thing, and I've got a graphic user interface that calls the DOSI executable. So if we right click on that photo that we downloaded and say send to exit tool GUI, which means graphic user interface, that should open up with that file at the top. And we can see here this one looks correct because it's got Apple iPhone SE and has the correct date. So that looks like it was a legit photograph. And it tells us should tell us the width. All is it? Where's the width? Down here is it? Length, not offset, right? Normally it tells you so many pixels by so many pixels. So here we go. Image width 4032 and height 3024. You probably have to check the camera has that as one of its options for photographs in the specifications by doing a Google search on it just to verify it. So this is a free tool that I use, Exit tool. You can download it. It's another open source tool. But there's also another one. Unfortunately, mod is friendly, but it's a bit more cut down. It's called Exit Data Viewer, and as you see, it doesn't automatically load it like the other one, so you have to browse, and let's put it on the other screen. Drag it across, and we want to go to computer, J drive. Oh, where's the J drive gone? It shouldn't be this hard. It's opened up the C one as default. J drive, here we go. Downloads, and it loads all the pictures here. And the first one, and here you go, it's got the similar information. Just makes it a bit easier to read, I guess. And that's also a free one you can download for your PC, and it also gives you a thumbnail of what you're looking at, which is handy. Of course, videos don't have exit data like this, because the MP...
Isn't that the previous case?
Yeah, it is. I'm just showing you because I forgot to show you how to. I'm just showing you can look up the metadata of that photograph that we looked at previously. But also, if you look through the list here, it hasn't actually got that video because it's only looking for photographs. But if you have a look at the other one I was using on the video, this one will try to look at metadata in the MP4 container. As you can see, it's got no details of what camera it was filmed on. But if we go all, it might give us something on it. So that's the problem with video. They don't have the same metadata embedded in the video like you do with the photographs. That's why you should always take a JPEG photograph of the object as well as the video, and that gives it more evidence, you see. Because the specification of an MP4, what they call a container, which is like the header, doesn't have GPS and camera type, all that embedded in the actual video itself. But what it can do, though, is tell you whether it's been edited in Photoshop. Sometimes it will tell you last modified, and it will say there's a particular field anyway in the video where it puts in Photoshop and the version of Photoshop. Oh, here we go. Something like this. Yeah. So this one was recorded on a Apple. Did they say it was an Apple, that video? I don't think they said today on the report what camera. I think she said his daughter took a video, but it doesn't say what camera they're using. I don't know if they have that information on the MUFON database, whether this, because this is all the public information. MUFON obviously get phone numbers and email addresses and other information that we don't get to see. So that one, a white thing in the sky, could be a balloon. It could be a balloon on a piece of string, or it could be, like they say, a UFO. And that they didn't film it right to the end, though, did they? Until it disappeared. Let's see it now. Yes. There it is, yeah, see? But it's definitely nothing coming out of it, unless it was there just a minute ago. Hmm. Are you seeing this? Now, where's it gone? Still there? Yep, still there. She just zoomed out. Yeah, I don't know. See, they stopped recording. See, it didn't blink out like they said. What did they say at the end? Binoculars. I witnessed 9 orbs in formation. See, they didn't film that. So it's probably just 9 balloons, you see, from a party. Watched this for some time. Saw a small object around main objects which appeared and disappeared again. I returned after a short while and the object was no longer there. So they didn't film it until it disappeared. I was observing it for 45 minutes. So it could be a balloon on a fishing wire, pranking them. Or it could be a real UFO. We haven't got enough information there to go on. So let's see what else we can find. You'd think someone would actually film a silver disc and say, there you go, there's a UFO. But it's very hard to find those cases. We've gone back to the United States. It seems to choose.
Are you still there, Paul? If you can hear me, you've got no audio. It looks like the actual stream has kind of gone down. Okay, so it seems like we've lost Paul for a minute. I'm sure he'll be back in a sec.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
So I've got to do I've got to go back into the Hangout settings every time Mannycam crashed on this video for some reason.
All right.
Not too sure why. There was nothing that should have killed it. But I was saying we've got 3 lights here. And they look symmetrical. As I said, 3 lights in the sky can either form 3 things. A single dot, if they all line up the same. A line, if they're all perfectly horizontal. And, of course, any shape of triangle.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I don't know. This one looks like a fake, doesn't it? Hey?
That does look fake, but if it's not, it is rather interesting.
Well, look, the image size changed from the other one.
Mm.
I reckon someone's trying to prank MUFON. Because I was talking to Earl, and they reckon they get 1 or 2 cases a month that they know are hoaxes. So let's save the image and have a look in metadata. So what's the number? 92480. And it's saved, is it? Yep. A JPEG. And if you look at metadata on that one. So if they get no metadata, they generally mark it as fraudulent or hoax. So send it to this tool again. Why's it taking so long? Haven't crashed again, have I?
No, you're still here.
Oh, there it comes. Yep, that's the image, and look, straight away, no EXIF data. Straight away, that would be thrown out as fake, because that looks like an image I've seen on the internet. What we can do is we can do a reverse Google search on that and see if we can find out. So, yeah, it's all blank in it. And it's a strange size. 260 by 213. That's not going to be a photograph on a camera. So what he's done is he's cropped it. So let's go back to this other one. That one looks like it might be a more camera image. And does it say image 1, file 1? Yep. So let's have a look at the other one. Oh, I've got 2 copies open. Oh. That's where it was running a bit slow. So we've got to refresh on this. Oh, that's it there. So, what have we got saying here? Crater. Exit F. No data. And again, it's a funny shape. 100 by 100 pixels. There's another tool I use called Media Info. You can right click on it and go Media Info. It puts it in the right click. It'll be on the wrong screen probably. Yep, it is. Drag it across. And here you go. That one shows us the same information. 260 by... So that one's clearly going to be a fake. Someone's trying to prank MUFON in France there. Oh, where's that one gone? They've got a big description though, haven't they? And it's all in French. We'd have to have Google Translate on that. Have we got to right click for translate? Probably have to install a plugin for it, eh? Normally I have something like that installed. Let's see. I'm going to plug in translator. Chrome. Google Translate. That one. And we can add it to Chrome. Give it a try, I suppose. Has it added it? What's it saying here? Added. Okay, can we translate now? Google Translate. Here we are. We've got an option now. So right click on that chunk. It sort of detected it. French to English. Here we go. So we were on a terrace off my apartment with a friend in June and May 2013. So it's a really old case. It was sunny and sky was clear, but it was hot. We took the air. I don't think it translated very well. Started watching the stars, blah, blah, blah. But 100 times bigger ones. What's that say there? I noticed 3 white dots like stars, but 100 times bigger. They were static. So, yeah. Just close that bit now. So, I reckon this one's bullshit. Pardon the French. So what we want to do is Google. You know how to do Google reverse image search? You go images up the top here. And you can just search by image by clicking on that camera. And all you need to do is drop the image. So which one was it? File 1, wasn't it? Top one. Need to drop it on that window there. Upload and file. And we'll see if it's got any similar images. It looks like it's matched it only to the moon. But it looks like these ones here. Looks like that one there. Looks like they've taken it from a website. Looks identical. Yeah, looks identical to these ones here. Look. They just copied it from Google Images probably. I'll click on one of these here and have a look. Looks like it's identical. Visit the site. So I think we found our first hoax. Uh-oh.
Oh, you need to cut that out here a bit later.
Oh, come on. You can't be responsible for that. That would only should only reduce ads, shouldn't it? Shouldn't that have been in filters though? This browser should be set up with to remove nude images. But you know, people breastfeed in public. It's not really that bad. The thing is, if you cut out the image I found out on the trimmer, it gets rid of your side chat, which is useless. You want to just blur out a chunk. You can't do it. You can cut it. Maybe I need to look at some more options here. So to me, it looks like they've copied it. So let's have a look at this one. This one looks very familiar to me. So we go back. Search by image there. And we need to drop it in. What does it say file 3? Was there 3 images on that one? Oh, you notice the names here? The names look like the same as that from the website. They've just uploaded it from a website. And here we go. Looks like it's from this video here, 2011. And it's got the same name. 10 it's got there. I think they just copied it from one of these channels. Oh, here we go, look. Straight to it. And there's our image here. Come on, it's identical, man. And that was from 2011. And they're saying it's 2013 in the report. It's definitely a fake. Yeah, look.
Yeah,
That's identical.
Yep.
That one's busted. That's where they copied it from. They've copied it from Google Images, and they didn't even rename it because I bet if we save that one, it's probably got similar name. Probably. Look, it has too. Look, same image. And the one submitted has got the same thing on the end. Look, in the name.
Yeah.
What do you call it? OVNI. OVNI. How do you say that word? OVNI. OVNI. Aveni 10 and Aveni 10 at the end here. They just uploaded it from their website. So this is why no one takes UFO seriously anymore, because of people like that.
Yep.
But that one's busted. So have we got any more people watching? No, just 4, is it? So let's go and have a look at another one, I suppose. We're back to America.
Are you still there? We've lost you again, Paul. No audio, no picture. It's just on your channel sign. Once again, guys, I'm sure Paul will be back in one moment.
Can we hear?
Yep, we hear you again.
It crashed. There's something on this UFO stalker crashes the screen capture, by the looks of it. But at least we know how to get it back quickly now. Did you know that I'm doing a thing in this, well, my Monday morning, but it'll be Sunday afternoon, well, 1 p.m. California time, is Earl's going to do a interviews and presentation at the Alien Con, and he'll be talking to the guys from Ancient Aliens. So we'll be streaming that live, hopefully, on Sunday American time. So I'm not sure what time that would be your time. 1 p.m. Pacific. I think it's 8 o'clock my time in the morning, 8 a.m. So you're normally 12 hours behind. So that'll be 8 o'clock at night your time, I think.
I shall look out for it.
Or 10 o'clock your night, I think, because you got time like savings. Do you have daylight savings over there in the
We
UK
do
now?
at times. I'm not sure where we are exactly with that.
No. I was just looking at Australia, see if we can find any thing. I just got to watch out it doesn't crash again, I suppose. Oh, here we go. We've got one with a photograph. So let's have a look at this Australian one. Alice Springs, that's always an interesting place. That's you notice they used to have a map down the side here. What's he done with the map? That was handy. Always have it next to the description, but he doesn't have it anymore. Unless there's a link you can turn on. I can't see anything. Unless it's to do with ad blocker. Whitelist. Let's reload it, see if it comes up. No, he's taken away the map. I like the map on the site because that was handy. Nowadays you have to have a plug-in to disable mining. A lot of sites now put Bitcoin code that runs in background while you're viewing their website, and it slows your whole computer down. So yeah, that's another thing we have to watch out for now. Block. Oh, I should have said this site. Page site. That's right. Oh. So yeah. So we need to have a look at this photograph. Oh. Is that it? It's got a date, time there on the corner, and it's got a long exposure. That we're not going to do much of that, are we?
No.
No. He's wiggled it around, looking at maybe Venus or something like that. That's bright in the sky, and caused a squiggle pattern. So that one's a no-go. What's the description for it though? Outside the city of Express, went to look at the moon and stars. Moon was at my back. When went to take picture at night sky with camera on full zoom. That is when it showed up on the LCD, circular with erratic movement. Thought it I was seeing things. Asked the two people with me if they saw it when looking through the camera, and they did. Not visible to naked eye. It spooked us. So again, you probably have to plug that into a star map and see if it was a satellite. But they're saying it was moving erratically. So yeah, we haven't got much to go on. That's the maximum zoom I can get on the screen. Yeah. Can't see any other white things in the sky there, like stars, to see if it's being moved or whether it's in a single frame. If it moved like that in a single frame, because we need a video, not a photograph of it. A video we could prove that it did that in a single frame, then it's abnormal. But if he was just got the wrong camera settings, it's going to make a squiggly line like that with hand movement on full zoom. So let's have a look at another one. Back to the United States. Why didn't it stay on Australia? So that's kind of annoying. Where are we? South America. They get a few down there. Let's have a look at one of those, I suppose. We've got some black triangles here. No photo. Because I'm always after a good photograph of a black triangle. What's a black triangle there before it's vanished? Where did that one go? Oh, well. Here's one of a photograph. Let's have a look.
Maybe it's flown away.
It was there before, wasn't it? It was on the screen, then it disappeared. We've got a plane. And we've got another blurfo, as they call it. It's starting to look like a bug on that zoom there. So let's save it, plug it into the graphic editor. This one could be an interesting one to look at. 91137. Open it in Paint. And want to zoom into that. Now we could paste it on the same screen, I suppose. And enlarge it. Yeah, I think we're going to have to enlarge it a few times, this one. And then we can play around with the colors to try and bring out details. I think the default setting is brightness. To me, this one looks like it's going to be a bug. We've got something then. Some strange stuff happening there. Hmm. We're not going to get too much details here, are we? Let's try. It does sort of have a like a cloudy substance around it there.
Mm.
So we're swapping out pixels, changing different colors to see if we can see any obvious shape or wings. Oh, that one, that's not helping much. Desaturate maybe. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that was a good one before. Doesn't look like a UFO there. Look, it's a strange shape. Could be a bird. We had it before, then I stuffed it up. Try down here. The grey sort of worked to bring it out. Can't seem to get it now. There we go. Yeah. Well, it does look strange, doesn't it? Looks like a bug. Bug close to the camera. And it's got that sort of shape there. That sort of curves around. Just see if we can zoom it in a bit more. Maybe a bit further out. Copy. We'll be getting down to pixel level though. Yeah, see, it sort of has the shape of a bird there, I reckon. Sort of goes around here. That could be a wing. Could be a bird in the sky. And of course the shiny white stuff on the outside is probably what you call camera artifact. CMOS sensor problem. See, obviously it's closer to the camera because it's blurred. Because the plane looks like it's more in focus. You see that? What's happened here? Well, there we go, we're getting something there. Could be a bug or a bird, I think. See, if you draw around it, to me it looks like it could be transparent wings there. Let's see if we can draw around it. I normally use straight lines and then just bend it around. To me it looks like it could be a fly. Go around. It's quite fiddly with a mouse. Needs some sort of drawing tablet really. You see what I mean? It's sort of got a black fly sort of shape to it that's flying close to the camera, and it's got a bit coming down here like that. Could be a bird, you know. The head up here, and it's the wings sort of flapping here and there. Oop, wasn't meant to do that. See, here could be, I'll just draw a circle around. Oh, that'll do. Here, up here, looks like there's some beaten wing, like a clear wing, like a fly has. And you can't see the other one, obviously. So I reckon the eye of the bug will be here. And that will be the abdomen, the torso, or what you want to call it. And because of the shape, you know, it'd be like a, well, let's get a fly up. What you can do is a side-by-side comparison then. Probably blowfly or something like that. Probably, maybe not one of those. But one with a more chubby body on it. What was the location that it was at? I think flies are everywhere in the world. Yeah, it was there, wasn't it? What location was it? South America. Yeah, they definitely would have a lot of flies down there in the jungle. So we could do a search on that. Probably. As fly, I probably think we're looking for a plane flight number or something. Oh, here we go. Look at some of the shapes of flies here. That's a strange looking bugger. You see what I mean? Depending on what country we're in, they have some really strange looking flying bugs. Yeah, it could be a beetle. Beetles fly. They have the hard case shell bends up, and underneath they have the regular fly wings. So that could be a beetle. But it's definitely not shaped like a UFO. And you can only see detail like that by going into the editor and zooming in and changing colour. And if we looked at the original game, you have to zoom in. Yeah, so there's the head. You can see how small it is, how far we have to zoom in. You can sort of see like it's sort of got some clear wing here. No, it's definitely looking like a black bug of some kind. Perhaps we have to put black in it. It's none of those ones. That one could be a beetle. Even ants fly. That one looks nasty. It's got red eyes. What's that, horsefly, is it? Yes, I got quite a few bugs over there. Not really getting a side-by-side one that we need, though.
You see a lot of these images as well of the flowers that you're looking at taken from the side or from above, whereas in actual fact we would probably be looking at that more from underneath.
Yeah, that's right. It's very hard to get a image to compare. You'd have to go flying or something like that. But yeah, they've got a lot more bugs over there than we have here in New Zealand anyway. Black fly. Flying. Yeah, so that's getting more what we're after here. So what I normally do is, to make life easier, just save the image, and then you can import it. Go layers, import from file, and download.
You see the picture you had up there where it had like 6 or 7 flowers in a row, like a stop frame picture.
Yeah. See, what you can do is also rotate it. See, you see what I mean? You can see the clear wings. It's not quite the right image still, but I still think it's a fly, because the wings are down here and one's up here, but it's not quite the right frame. But yeah, there could be a better one. But normally what I'd do is do something like that, as you know, and I'd put it up as a UFO case. So I'd take all my images that I've played around with and then make it into a couple-minute episode and say, this is what I think it is. But because I'm doing it as a live debunk, I don't need to do that, because it's showing the process, basically. You said that this one is the one you're talking about. See, none of those are right either.
No, but if we were looking at the flight from underneath, as the wings were flapping, because they flap so fast, that might actually explain why you've got that blurriness around it.
Yeah, it's definitely closer to the camera, and because it's passing the camera as he snapped. Because we ain't got a video. If we had a video, it would be obvious, you know.
Yeah.
But we're dealing with photographs, and photographs are always harder. But again, we still haven't really got a smoking gun UFO video after how many we looked at tonight, you know, about 4 or 5. And we
Although
just picked,
you have completely debunked one.
yeah, well, we've got one that's definitely a hoax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other ones we can say maybe balloon, maybe UFO. See, some of these are getting closer. See, that's getting more. Dead one. But still not quite right. I don't think it's a bird because it looks too round. If you look at it on the zoom here, it looks too round, and it looks like more like a fly here. I probably have to cut around that and do a better close up. But as you see, it's out of focus. If we had it a bit more in focus, and of course you ain't going to see the legs, but looks like some blurriness at the very bottom here. Because I mucked around with the colours, we don't quite see the details. But it does look like it's got some blurriness where the legs would be, like this here, at the very bottom. So I think that's probably all we can do with that one, really. So I might just go and look for another one.
Well, I'm gonna have to shoot, I'm afraid, Paul.
Actually, we might just close it off for now, and because we've been going since 9:30, 3 hours, so it's probably enough for tonight, and have a look at more another day. But yeah, it's good going through them all. Shame we can't sort of tick them and say, yeah, we don't want that one on the list anymore. But yeah, we'll wrap it up and shut down stuff here. But yeah, that was kind of fun going through that. We'll get better at it. More you do, and you learnt some new tools here. Exit tools GUI. If you type that in there, you should be able to find it, and also find the executable that it uses. You have to copy it to the same folder, I think. It's like a standalone application. You don't have to install it. So yeah, I'll run off. I got this little end graphics I've got here, and of what we had 40 years ago on TV, a little Kiwi closing down the TV network. Good night, Kiwi. Are we seeing it now?
Yeah. Well, it's
And
not on YouTube yet, but
well, yeah, that normally plays. So hang on. Cross.
oh, we've lost your audio. I'm guessing it crashed again. I'm guessing Paul's stuff has just crashed. And I have to whiz off anyway. So to all the viewers, to the people who get to see this, have a good one. And smell you all later.